Dear listener, welcome. If you too would like to fall asleep each night through the eyes of a different prehistoric creature, you can subscribe and become part of our prehistoric family. By liking and leaving a comment, you can give us strength. And before we begin the story, remember this: every day is a new beginning. Enjoy listening. Night spreads over an ancient land. The air grows quiet, the earth cools, and the stars climb carefully into place. In this wide and forgotten plain, a single figure stands. It is tall, feathered, and heavy in its posture. Its eyes are half closed, almost drifting. This is the most boring, sleepy bird, a creature from a time before memory, a prehistoric traveler of the plains. It is not in a hurry. It never is. The bird's steps are slow and deliberate, like a drum that plays only once every long while. Its legs are thick and strong, shaped to carry it across miles of grassland without pause. Its feet press into the soil and leave deep marks that will last until the wind decides to erase them. The body is broad, with feathers lying flat and dusty, the colors faded like old parchment. Its beak curves downward, strong but quiet, a tool of survival resting in calm silence. The head tilts, the eyelids sink a little more. The world seems heavy and yet soft, as if the bird is already half asleep. It breathes in slowly, and the chest rises like a hill under moonlight. Then it breathes out, long and steady, as if the earth itself is exhaling. The sound is almost nothing at all. The plain around it is wide and still. Shrubs stand like watchful stones. Grass bends beneath the faintest breeze. Far away a river moves, slow as a story told by the oldest voice. The river carries scents of wet mud and reeds, and even the echo of fish turning in their sleep. The bird does not stir. It listens. It absorbs. It becomes part of the quiet. This creature belongs to the lineage of giants. In a world before humans, before names, it ruled by presence alone. And yet now, under the stars, it seems not like a ruler, but like a dreamer. Its body is large, but its movements are almost invisible. Its strength is known, but it chooses stillness. This is why the night might laugh and call it the most boring, sleepy bird. Look closer. The feathers are layered like old grass pressed flat by summer suns. Around the neck they are darker, shading into bands of reddish-brown. Along the body they lighten, pale and dusty, like earth left open to wind. The beak, long and curved, is grey as stone. Its eyes are dark but tired, lined with lids that seem ready to fall. Each blink is slow, as if dragging the world towards sleep. Its wings are not for flying. They are short, more like reminders of a time when wings meant the sky. This bird does not fly. It walks, it runs when it must, but tonight it only stands. The wings rest flat, feathers pressed against the ribs like folded blankets. The legs, however, are pillars. Muscular and straight, they end in claws that could grip the soil like hooks. But the claws rest calmly, curved into the earth with no desire for haste. The bird is content to simply be, to wait, to let the night carry it above. The stars shimmer. They reflect in the slow blink of the bird's eye. The sky is ancient, but so is this creature. Together they tell the same story: time without hurry, patience without end. The land remembers ocean tides long gone. Fossil shells lie hidden in the dust, shaped like whispers of forgotten water. The bird has walked past them. It knows them without thought, the way a sleeper knows the shape of the pillow. The plain, the fossils, the river, and the bird all rest together. They share the same deep rhythm. Earlier in the day, the sun had burned hard. The air had shimmered with heat. The ground had cracked into plates like broken pottery. The bird had crossed miles of open land, each step measured. When the sun was highest, it paused beneath the shadow of a small tree. There it stood, with beak open, chest rising and falling with slow breaths. Insects hummed around it. A herd of ancient mammals drifted across the horizon, their shapes small and distant in the heat haze. The bird did not follow. It did not chase. It saved its strength, saved its coins of energy for another time. Now, under night, that patience becomes its gift. The ground cools. The air softens. The bird lowers itself, belly to soil, letting the earth pull away the heat of the day. Its feathers rise slightly with the breeze, then settle again. Sleep tugs at its eyes. The world feels heavy, then lighter, then heavy again. The bird drifts on the edge of dreams. A faint sound comes from far away, a crack of soil, the rustle of reeds. But it is no danger. The bird recognizes it as the shifting of land, the movement of water against a bank. Nothing to fear, nothing to disturb rest. It exhales. The eyelids close. Dreams approach. They are gentle dreams, slow and long like the plain itself. The bird dreams of walking through tall grass that brushes its sides with whispers. It dreams of cool water held in stone bowls, tasting of clouds. It dreams of feathers brighter than any star, caught once on a thorn, a gift from some long-gone sibling. The earth does not rush. Neither does this bird. In the dream, it follows its own tracks, step by step, back to where the first step began. It is not surprised to find that the beginning looks very much like the end, a plain, a horizon, a wide sky that does not close. The night deepens. The moon rises, lifting its pale face into the dark. Light spills across the feathers. The bird glows faintly, like a statue of sleep carved out of time. The ground gleams in pieces, silver and still. Tiny lives move in the shadows. Ants carry crumbs. A moth folds itself around a stem and rests. A spider threads silk between two blades of grass. The sleepy bird does not notice. It does not need to. The small world lives beside the large, and both belong to the same silence. At the river, frogs make single notes, then grow quiet again. Fish turn slowly under the surface, as if rolling in dreams of their own. The reeds whisper, but no one answers. The whole land seems to hold its breath, waiting for morning. The bird's chest rises and falls. Its breathing is steady, like the tide of a very slow sea. Each breath is a lullaby, played for itself, for the land, for anyone who listens. This is why such a creature belongs to a story for sleep. It is vast, it is ancient, it is strong-ened. It is strong-ened, yet it spends its night doing nothing but resting. The story of this bird is not one of battles. It is not one of fear. It is a story of waiting, of resting, of existing with patience. It is a story to listen to when your eyes are heavy and your body wishes to follow, and so the night continues. Stars move a little higher. The river whispers a little softer. The land tilts towards silence. And the most boring sleepy bird remains, resting in the middle of it all, as if carved into the plain itself. It will still be here in the morning. It will still be here in the dream. It will always be here, part of the slow and endless story of sleep. The night holds steady over the ancient plain. Stars scatter above like tiny lamps in a ceiling without end. A low breeze moves across the grass. Every blade bends, sighs, and then returns to stillness. In the center of this scene stands a figure from a time that does not rush, a bird of great size and greater calm. To those who would watch it, this creature might be called the most boring, sleepy bird, not because it lacks wonder, but because its wonder is found in its stillness. It is a monument to rest, a story carved into muscle and feather that invites the listener to slow, to breathe, to drift. Look at its legs. They rise from the ground like rooted pillars, thick, solid, covered in scales that shine faintly in the starlight. They tell of endless walking across lands that stretched far wider than today's maps. The feet spread wide, 3 long toes forward and 1 small behind, each tipped with curved claws. In another time of day, those claws might grip, push, or dig, but not now. Tonight they are pressed gently into cool earth, leaving soft impressions that the wind will smooth away by morning. The claws carry no urgency. They simply hold the body steady, as if balancing the weight of time itself. Above the legs, the body widens into a barrel of strength. The chest is broad, the ribs deep, the muscles hidden but certain beneath feathers. These feathers are not the bright displays of modern birds. They are earth-colored, muted and calm, russet and dusty gold, grey-brown and fading black. In the dim light, they blend with the land, as if the creature itself is made from soil, stone, and dry grass. Each feather lies flat, pressed as if by long winds, creating layers that look like the pages of a book no one ever rushes to finish. The wings are short. They do not lift toward the stars. Once long ago ancestors of this bird stretched wings for the sky, but this line of creatures chose another path. The wings folded, the feathers shortened, the sky was given back. Now the wings rest against the body like folded blankets on a bed. They move only when the breeze stirs them. When they do, a faint shimmer of moonlight glides across their edges. Then they fall still again, perfectly at rest. From the body rises the neck, long, thick, and steady. It bends forward with the weight of age and memory. Feathers along the neck are finer, darker, smoothed into lines that guide the eye upward. At the top rests the head, heavy and purposeful. The beak curves downward in a solemn arc, strong as stone, long as an arm. Its edges glint faintly, but they are closed, calm, without hunger or sound. The head lowers slightly, as if weighed down not by weariness alone, but by centuries. The eyes finish the portrait, large, dark, and half-lidded. They blink slowly, each motion as deliberate as the turning of the stars. When the lids close, they rest there, heavy curtains pulled across a stage. When they open again, the world reflects in their sheen, the shimmer of stars, the shadows of grass, the silver of distant water. These are not the eyes of watchful hunters. They are the eyes of a creature at ease. They open only to acknowledge the night, and they close again to join it. Listen to the breathing. The chest rises. The chest falls. It rises again. Each breath is a tide that moves across the body, calm and unbroken. The rhythm is slow enough to soften the edges of thought, steady enough to guide the mind toward rest. If you match your own breathing to this bird's, you feel the heaviness of sleep begin to lean against your shoulders. You feel the invitation to release the weight of your day. The bird exhales. The world exhales with it once the bird shifts. The weight rolls slightly from one foot to another. A claw scratches a crescent in the dust. A feather loosens and drifts down. It lands with no bounce, no rush, as though it too is tired of movement. The bird exhales again. The feather stirs, then lies flat. Everything about this body speaks of gravity, but a gravity that comforts rather than threatens. It is weight, yes, but weight that steadies, not weight that crushes. Its size is immense, but not frightening. It is more like the trunk of a tree that has stood for centuries, or the base of a mountain that holds the horizon in place. To be near it is to feel small, but safe. The air around it feels thicker, slower, tuned to its rhythm. Even the insects crawling near its claws treat it as part of the landscape. They move without fear, weaving through the scales, crossing the dust it disturbed. To them, the bird is not a threat. It is simply another piece of the plain, no more dangerous than a fallen branch or a silent rock. The history of its kind is carved into its very form. The legs shaped for endless walking tell of plains crossed when rivers were higher and valleys deeper. The wings shortened and folded speak of a choice made ages ago, a decision to remain with earth instead of sky. The beak curved and long remembers seasons of feeding, though tonight it rests. Each part of this body is a page of history, but none are rushed to be read. The story lies open, endless, waiting dot, above the constellations shift. The stars rotate in their great circle, each a slow spark in an infinite wheel. They shine upon the bird as if recognizing a fellow traveler of time. The bird does not look back at them. Its eyes close again. The breathing continues. The stars accept the silence. The ground itself seems to lean into the bird's stillness. Soil cools faster beneath its weight. Grasses bend slightly toward it, as if caught in the pull of a presence larger than air. Even the river far off seems to whisper differently tonight. Its ripples slower, its voice lower, as though matching the rhythm of this resting body. The texture of its skin tells another layer of story. Rough scales coat the legs, built for durability. Soft feathers cover the chest, built for warmth. Smooth keratin shapes the beak, built for strength. Warm flesh beneath all of it beats with the slow certainty of a drum. Together they create a harmony of endurance. The bird is not built for speed, not built for beauty. It is built for staying, and in staying it becomes eternal. Its posture, even in rest, shows balance. The neck does not slump, the back does not sag. The weight is distributed evenly, like a carefully built arch that will not collapse. This balance is not only in bone and muscle, it is in spirit. It is in the way the creature accepts night without resistance, the way it yields to rest as naturally as a river yields to gravity. The most boring, sleepy bird, as the night might call it, is not boring in truth. It is steady. It is grounding. It is the kind of presence that reminds the world how to breathe. Its boredom is only the absence of rush, the absence of noise. For listeners who drift in this rhythm, the word boring becomes a gift. It is the calm of a day without demands. It is the stillness of a plain without storms. It is the patience of a life without alarm. Hours may pass, but the body remains as it is, breathing, standing, resting. A single feather might shift. A claw might press deeper into soil, but nothing more. And that is enough. That is everything. For those who dream, this bird becomes a guide. Its body is a map of patience. Its stillness is a lesson in peace. To imagine it is to walk slower, to breathe deeper, and finally to let go. And so the night continues. The stars move higher. The river grows softer. The plain holds its breath. The bird remains unmoved, unchanged, an anchor in a drifting world. Its body is rest. Its story is rest. Its very existence is rest. The night has passed into its deeper hours. The plain lies in silence, and the great sleepy bird stands as if carved into the earth. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. The rhythm never changes, yet the world around it holds more than grass and wind. This land is not empty. It is full of echoes. Shadows of the past rest beneath every step. The soil is layered like pages. Each page tells of seas that once covered this place. Long ago, waves rolled here. They left shells. They left sand. They left the bones of fish now turned to stone. The sleepy bird walks across these pages without knowing every detail, but it feels them underfoot. The ground is not only dirt, it is memory. Near the riverbank, half hidden in dust, lies the curve of an old shell. Once it belonged to a creature of the sea. Now it lies among grass, cracked and pale. The moonlight falls on it. The bird tilts its head and looks. The beak stays closed. The eyes blink slowly. There is no hunger here, only recognition. The shell is part of the plain's story. The bird is part of it too. The land is dotted with stones that were once coral. Their patterns are still there. Tiny ridges. Tiny holes where soft animals once lived. The bird steps beside them, its toes spread across the ground, pressing prints between fossils. Each step writes a new mark on top of old ones. The past and the present share the same page. The plain itself carries scars of rivers long gone, dry channels cut across the earth. Some are wide, some are narrow, all of them silent. In daylight they catch shadows, at night they catch stars. The bird pauses at one such channel. The soil slopes down. Cracks form lines across the bottom. A small plant grows in the middle. The bird lowers its head. It studies the crack. It studies the plant. It exhales. Then it moves on. Everywhere there are signs of those who came before. A footprint pressed into stone. 3 toes, wide and deep, frozen in time. The sleepy bird places its own foot nearby. The print is similar, yet older, much older. The ancient track looks like an echo of the bird itself. It is a reminder that this plain has always been walked by creatures of weight. The bird does not know this in thought. It knows in feeling. It knows by the silence that deepens when it stands beside such marks. The air carries history too. Sometimes the wind smells of salt, faint, old, a memory of seas pulled back by ages. Sometimes it smells of clay, wet and cool from rivers that once flowed stronger. Sometimes it carries the sharp taste of stone, dust ground from cliffs that fell long ago. The bird lifts its head when the breeze changes. It lets the sense pass through its nostrils. It blinks. It lowers its head again. Far in the distance lies a ridge. By day it looks like a line of dark teeth against the horizon. By night it is only shadow. Yet that ridge is full of bones. Bones buried by time. Bones pressed into rock. Some belong to fish. Some belong to reptiles. Some belong to birds, not unlike this one. The land holds them all. The sleepy bird does not climb the ridge tonight, but it has passed there before. It will pass there again. The bones wait. They do not rush. They are part of the plain's patience. The grass hides smaller reminders. Tiny shells, no larger than a fingertip. Chips of stone shaped like tools, though no hand made them. Seeds hardened into fossils. Each is a whisper. Each is a fragment of a sentence, too old to finish. When the bird lowers itself to rest, its belly presses near such fragments. The body meets the past without thought. The ground welcomes it. Sometimes water reveals what earth conceals. At the edge of the river, mud dries into maps. Lines crack into patterns. In one pattern, the mark of a fish remains. It struggled here once. The mud caught its movement. Then the sun hardened it. The fish is long gone. The story remains. The bird steps near this map. Its claw leaves a fresh mark beside the old one. The two prints are now neighbors. One made in ancient water, one made in modern dust. The moon continues to shine. It paints every fossil, every track, every shell with the same silver. Past and present look alike under such light. The sleepy bird closes its eyes halfway. It listens. The silence itself feels heavier here, as if filled with the weight of ages. The body of the bird is large enough to cast a shadow even under the stars. That shadow falls across the ground, across fossils, across tracks, across stones shaped by forgotten seas. For a moment, the shadow ties them all together, past and present under the same outline. Then the wind shifts. The shadow bends. The story continues. To imagine this place in another age is easy. Replace the grass with shallow waves. Replace the air with the scent of salt. Replace the bird with creatures swimming through water now gone. The plain would have been a sea. The shells would have been alive. The coral bright. The fish many. Then time turned the page. The sea withdrew. The land remained. Now the sleepy bird stands where waves once rolled. Every movement of the bird seems to honor this. It does not run. It does not rush. Its steps are slow, careful, as if aware that it walks across history, as if aware that every stone is a memory. Even its rest is an act of respect. The plain gives it a place to sleep. The bird accepts. Nothing more is asked. Nothing more is given. The most boring sleepy bird is not boring here. It is part of a grand library written not with ink, but with stone and soil. Its feathers touch the same ground that once held oceans. Its claws press into the same clay that once held fish. Its breathing joins the rhythm of a world that has been breathing for millions of years, and so the shadows of the past are not lost. They are all around. In the fossils, in the shells, in the tracks, in the wind. They wait quietly. They do not need to speak loudly. The sleepy bird listens without ears. It listens with its presence. By standing here, by resting here, it acknowledges what came before. The night deepens. The stars wheel slowly overhead. The grass bends again in the faint breeze. A shell cracks softly under shifting soil. A fossil pebble rolls half an inch down a slope. Small movements. Small reminders. The land is alive with history, even in silence. The bird breathes once more. The chest rises. The chest falls. The eyes close. The past rests, the present rests, and the plain becomes a bed where time itself lies down beside the bird. The plain is a book, its pages are soil, its letters are cracks, its sentences are tracks left by creatures long gone. Every step of the sleepy bird moves across this book. Every pause is like reading a paragraph. Every breath is like turning a page. The ground beneath its claws is not smooth. It is full of lines. Thin lines where insects moved. Thick lines where roots pushed upward. Wide prints pressed by hooves of ancient mammals that passed earlier in the season. The bird lowers its head. It studies these marks, not with thought, not with reason, but with quiet presence. The body knows what the land says. The bird listens by standing still, a claw mark in hardened mud, sharp, diagonal. The bird tilts its eye. It understands. Some smaller creature scraped here, perhaps searching for water, perhaps testing the soil. The print is shallow. It speaks of light weight. It speaks of hurry. The sleepy bird blinks slowly. It is not in hurry. It is the opposite of hurry. Yet it reads the story and accepts it. Then it exhales. Beside a stone lies a trail of tiny dots. Ants moving in a patient line. The bird's beak lowers closer. The ants do not scatter. They continue, carrying crumbs, carrying leaves, carrying secrets. The bird watches. The ants are small, but their line is long. Their path is straight. The plain is full of such stories written in miniature. Not far away, a ridge of soil shows deeper prints. Three-toed, large, pressed weeks ago by another bird of similar kind. The edges of the print have softened. Wind has touched them. Rain has blurred them. Yet the shape remains. The sleepy bird places its own foot beside it. The matches close. Past and present again stand together. One track alive. One track fossil in the making. The bird exhales again. The plain nods back. Cracks in the soil speak of thirst. Long lines that split and stretch across dry clay. The bird steps carefully between them. Each crack is a reminder. Once water was here. Once mud was soft. Once frogs sang in pools now gone. The bird knows the message. It walks steady. Its breathing keeps pace with the memory of water. Even the stones hold language. A rock polished smooth by river flow long ago, its surface still rounded. A pebble split into sharp angles, its edges like teeth. Each stone a different accent in the land's voice. The bird steps across them. It does not stumble. Its toes grip. Its claws balance. It knows how to read by feel as much as by sight. At the river's edge, the mud tells fresher stories. A snake has passed here. Its body left a winding line. Smooth curves, sliding from shadow to shadow. The bird lowers its head. The line glimmers faintly in starlight. The snake is gone. The mark remains. The sleepy bird does not follow. It only notes. The river continues. The mud dries. Another page is written. Close to the reeds lies a set of small prints. Webbed feet, the mark of an ancient water bird. The tracks lead from water to shore. Then they stop. A single feather lies nearby, pale, thin, light as a sigh. The sleepy bird blinks again. The feather shifts in the breeze. Then it is still to read. The land is not to chase. not to analyze. It is to accept. The sleepy bird accepts all of it, its eyes half close. Its breathing slows further. Each story rests alongside another. None compete. None erase. They share the page. The sky above is another chapter. Clouds form and break into shapes. Wisps of silver across a dark canvas. The bird lifts its head once. It watches the clouds. They drift. They reshape. They fade. Another kind of writing. Words in air instead of soil. The bird lowers its head again. It has read enough. Every sound is a sentence too. The chirp of a night insect, short, repeated, like a small poem. The rustle of grass, long, drawn out, like a sigh stretched across the plain. Even silence carries weight. A long pause between breaths of the world. The bird listens. It understands. Not with mind. With stillness. The most boring sleepy bird seems boring only to those who rush. To those who slow down, it is a master of language. It reads not with eyes, but with patience. Every mark in soil, every fossil in stone, every whisper of wind, they are all part of one book, one history. The bird is both reader and writer. Its own prints join the page. Its own breathing joins the story. Imagine walking behind it. Each step it leaves is wide, deep, solid. In morning light, those prints will remain. Other creatures will pass. They will read them too. Perhaps they will understand size. Perhaps they will understand weight. Or perhaps only that something steady came before them. That is enough. The land stretches in all directions. Nothing hides it. No walls, no fences. Just horizon. Just history. The bird stands in the middle. Its shadow falls across a cracked shell, across an ancient footprint, across a pebble once tumbled by a river. The shadow ties them all together for a moment. Then the wind shifts. The shadow bends. The story continues without end. It is possible to imagine the land speaking, not in words, but in rhythm, in patterns, in echoes. It speaks slowly, too slowly for those who chase, but not too slow for this bird. The sleepy bird hears in perfect time. Its body is tuned to patience. Its presence is a kind of listening. The stars above tilt further west. The plain cools further. Dew begins to form along grasses. Each drop reflects a tiny version of the sky. The bird's feathers catch a few drops too. They cling to edges. They glimmer. Then they slide down. Even water becomes part of the writing. Every bead a comma in the long sentence of night. The bird shifts once more. It lowers itself closer to the ground. Belly against soil. Head resting low. Eyes nearly closed. Yet still reading. Still aware of the lines beneath it. The cracks. The prints. The fossils. The soil whispers. The bird accepts. Sleep begins to spread more deeply. But even sleep is a kind of reading. Dreams are pages too. In dreams, the tracks continue. They form rivers of prints. They cross plains without end. They shine in colors not seen by day. The bird follows them slowly, not to chase, not to catch, only to follow, only to walk. The dream carries it across endless chapters, across endless maps, until night itself becomes a book with no last page. The plain breathes, the river hums, the stars move on. The sleepy bird remains, breathing, listening, reading, always reading, always part of the story. The night fades. A pale band of light begins to touch the horizon. The stars step back one by one. The plane exhales as morning arrives. The most boring, sleepy bird opens its eyes halfway. It does not move quickly. It does not need to. Morning comes in silence. Morning comes in patience. The first breath of dawn is cool. The grass holds dew. The soil is damp at the edges of the river. The bird lowers its head. It drinks a little. The water slides down its throat in long waves. Then it lifts its head again. Drops fall from its beak. They shine for a moment in the early light. Then they are gone. The sky turns from silver to gold. The sun begins to rise. The plain changes with it. Shadows shorten. Air warms. The bird begins to walk. Each step presses into soil. Each step is measured. There is no rush. The walk is slow, steady. The walk is as old as time itself. As the sun climbs, the heat grows. The air shimmers above the ground. Waves of warmth bend the horizon. The grass begins to dry. Dew vanishes. Cracks in the soil widen. The bird keeps walking. Its feathers lie flat. Its wings press close. The beak opens slightly. The chest rises and falls faster now. Breathing keeps pace with the heat. It does not stop. It does not panic. It accepts. The legs move like steady drums. One, then another. Then another. Hours pass in this rhythm. The land stretches wide and empty. No forest, no shade. Only grass. Only stones. Only sky. Every step feels heavy. Yet the bird is built for such weight. The legs do not fail. The claws grip the dust with ease. Each footprint left behind is deep, wide, shaped like a mark of history written in clay. The wind will erase it later, but for now each step is a page in the plain's story. The sun reaches its highest place. The heat is strong now. Air dances above the land. Insects fall silent. Small animals hide in burrows. The plain seems empty, but the bird continues. Its beak remains open. The throat moves. The eyes blink slowly. It does not fight the heat. It carries the heat, like a traveler carrying a cloak across the desert. Now and then the bird pauses. It stands still, breathing, waiting, saving energy. Then it moves again, step by step. Each pause is like a comma in a sentence. Each movement is like the next word. The day is a long paragraph written by sun and dust. The bird is part of that paragraph. Along the way, the plain reveals signs of water. Low swales where mud once gathered. The soil is darker there. Cracks form maps on the surface. The bird lowers its head. It touches the ground with its beak. Dry, empty, but promising. Another time there will be water. Not today. The bird moves on. The heat grows sharper. The wind shifts from cool to hot. It carries dust, fine powder. It tastes of stone. The bird breathes it in. The chest rises, falls. The dust clings to feathers. The feathers are already faded. Now they are duller still. They look like earth more than plumage. The bird blends with the plain. It becomes part of the heat. Far away, a herd of ancient animals crosses the horizon. Their shapes shimmer in the warm air. They look like shadows walking. The bird watches. The herd moves together. Calves in the center, adults on the edges. Dust rises behind them. The sleepy bird does not follow. The distance is wide. The herd is strong. To chase would waste energy. The bird saves its energy. It continues its slow walk. By midday, the sun is heavy overhead. The plain feels endless. The horizon is a circle with no edge. The bird lowers itself to the ground. It rests for a moment. The soil is hot, but cooler than the air. The body presses into it. Heat seeps into feathers. The bird breathes slowly. Then it stands again. It walks once more. The eyes narrow against the light. The beak points downward. The legs move forward without pause. Every part of the body is built for this journey. The broad chest holds deep lungs. The thick legs hold muscle like stone. The feathers protect against sun. The beak can open wide to release warmth. The entire body is a design for walking across heat. Hours continue. The plain shifts. Grasses give way to patches of bare soil. Stones shine under the sun. Some are sharp. Some are round. The bird steps across them with care. To stumble would waste energy. To balance is survival. Each step is exact. The river lies far behind now. Only memory of water remains. The plain holds silence. The bird carries silence. Together they form a single story. Clouds form in the distance. White shapes against the blue. They promise shade. They promise rain. But they move slowly. Too slowly to help. The bird does not hope for them. It accepts what is here. It walks beneath open sky. When the wind changes, it carries scents. Dry grass. Baked soil. Stone heated by sun. Each scent is part of the land's voice. The bird listens. It does not change its pace. It does not turn its head. It continues forward. Always forward. At last, the ground changes. A small hollow appears, shallow, wide. At its center lies darker soil. The bird steps into it. It lowers its head. It breathes deeply. The scent is cooler here. Perhaps water once stood here. Perhaps water will return. Not today, but another season. The bird accepts the promise. Then it lowers itself. Here it rests longer. The body sinks into the hollow. The wings press against the ribs. The eyes close halfway. The chest rises, falls. The breath is slower again. The sun burns above, but the bird is steady. It has crossed heat before. It will cross heat again. This is its life. This is its history. This is its calm. The most boring sleepy bird is never boring in truth. Its walk is the story of endurance. Its rest is the story of patience. Its breath is the story of time. Under the heaviest sun, it remains what it has always been. A monument of stillness. A lesson in survival without rush. The plain grows quiet again. Insects remain hidden. Small animals stay below ground. Only the bird moves. Step by step, slowly, calmly. Its shadow stretches long across the dust, then short again as the sun tilts. The day writes itself across its body. Lines of sweatless strength, marks of steady pace. When evening finally approaches, the heat begins to fade. Shadows lengthen again. The air cools. The bird continues walking, but the rhythm grows easier. The sky softens to gold, then to red, then to purple. The land sighs in relief. The bird exhales. The chest falls. The beak closes. It has crossed the heat. Now the plain belongs to night again. The stars will return. The moon will rise. The sleepy bird will rest. But for this day the story is written. A story of walking through fire. A story of patience. A story of calm. The plain holds the print of every step. The soil remembers. The air remembers. The sky remembers. And the most boring, sleepy bird continues. Without hurry. Without noise. Without end. The sun is high. The plain is wide. Heat lies heavy across every stone and blade of grass. The most boring sleepy bird walks on, step by step, slow and steady. Its chest rises, its chest falls. The beak opens slightly. The throat moves with each breath. The eyes narrow against the light. The feathers lie flat against the body. The wings stay folded. The bird saves energy. The bird saves strength. The horizon shimmers. The air above the soil bends and twists. Shapes blur. The land looks like water, but there is no water here. Only dust, only sun. The bird keeps walking. It has known this heat before. It has walked through it many times. It trusts the land. It trusts its own patience. The ground shifts underfoot. Cracks widen. Soil breaks into plates. Some plates lift at the edges. Others sink deeper. Each print the bird leaves pushes dust aside. The claws press down. The toes spread. The marks are deep. They will remain until the wind erases them. Another page written in the plain's endless book. The bird pauses. It stands still. Its chest moves in long, slow breaths. In, out, in, out. The air is hot, but the pause helps. The muscles rest. The energy saves itself. After a while, the bird lifts its head. It looks across the plain. The eyes blink. The body moves again. Ahead lies a line of shrubs, small, crooked. Their leaves are dry. Their shadows are thin. But even thin shadows matter in this land. The bird walks toward them. Each step is measured. Each step is steady. When it reaches the shrubs, it lowers itself. It stands in their shadow. The shadow does not cover all of it, but it touches part of it. Enough to cool, enough to rest. The bird exhales. The beak closes halfway. The wings shift slightly. The body eases. The grass around the shrubs bends in the hot wind. Insects move quietly. A lizard darts from stone to stone. The bird watches, but only with half-closed eyes. Its mind drifts. It lets the heat pass over it. It lets the shade hold it. The sun climbs higher. The shadow moves. It shortens. It slides away. The bird steps forward again. The shade is gone. The walk continues. For hours, the land offers little. Only soil, only dust. The bird keeps walking. Its breath grows heavier. The beak stays open. But the rhythm does not break. Legs, chest, breath, steps, all steady. All patient at last, the land changes. A cluster of rocks rises from the plain. Not tall, but tall enough to cast shadow. The bird reaches them. It lowers its body beside the largest stone. The stone itself is hot, but the shadow is cooler than open ground. The bird lies close. The belly presses against soil. The wings relax. The feathers shift slightly. The eyes close halfway. Here it stays. Minutes pass, then hours. The plain continues to shimmer. The sky holds no cloud. But in this shadow, the bird saves itself. Breathing slow, breathing deep. The chest rises. The chest falls. Small lives share the shadow. Ants carry grains of sand. A beetle crawls along the stone. A moth hides beneath a crack. The bird does not move. It is part of the shadow now. A living shape resting beside stone shapes. When the heat grows hardest, the bird does nothing. Stillness is survival. Stillness is wisdom. It closes its eyes fully. It lets sleep drift close. Not deep sleep, but a light drifting, a drowsy state where time feels slow. The breath remains. The chest moves. The bird rests. The most boring, sleepy bird looks lifeless in this moment, but it is alive. Every muscle waits. Every feather saves energy. Every breath is measured. This is how it endures. This is how it continues. When the sun finally begins to tilt, the shadows grow longer again. The bird lifts its head. It blinks. The body rises. Dust falls from its feathers. The wings press close once more. The walk begins again. Evening comes slowly. The air cools. The land softens. The sky shifts from white to gold, from gold to red, from red to purple. The heat drains away. The bird has survived another day of fire. It has found shade when it could. It has rested when it should. It has walked when it must. This rhythm is its life. Move, rest, shade, walk, breathe. Every step is simple. Every pause is wise. The bird asks for nothing more. The land gives nothing more. Yet both remain together. Both survive together. The most boring, sleepy bird is not truly boring. It is steady. It is calm. It is the shape of patience. Even in the hardest sun, it finds a way to endure. Even when the plain burns with heat, it finds a way to rest. The land respects it. The sky respects it. The silence respects it. Night waits at the edge of the horizon. Stars prepare to return. The bird walks toward them. Step by step, slow and steady. The story of shade is finished. The story of night begins again. The sun has fallen. The plain grows dim. A band of red fades to purple. Then the sky turns dark. Stars appear one by one. First a few, then many. The air cools. The heat of the day becomes memory. The most boring, sleepy bird stands still. It blinks slowly. The beak closes. The chest rises. The chest falls. The plain becomes quiet. Insects begin their songs. A soft hum here. A sharp note there. Together they weave a fabric of sound. The bird listens. It does not move. Its eyes grow heavier. The legs remain strong. The wings press close. Night is here. The bird accepts it. Above the horizon, the moon rises. Pale, round, bright, it climbs with patience. Its light spills across the land. Grass shimmers silver. Stones gleam faintly. The river reflects the glow. The bird stands in this light. Its feathers shine like old bronze. Its eyes catch the moon, then close halfway again. The shadow of the bird stretches across the ground, long, then longer still as the moon climbs higher. The shadow touches fossils. It touches cracks in the soil. It joins with the lines of grass. Then it shifts again. Quiet, slow. The air is cool now. A breeze moves softly across the plain. It carries scents of damp earth, of water hiding in the river, of grass breathing out the heat it held all day. The bird lifts its head once. The nostrils widen. It breathes in, then lowers its head again. The chest rises. The chest falls. Each breath is deep, steady, slow. To hear it is to hear a drum of calm. To feel it is to sink deeper into rest. The bird is not awake in full, but not yet asleep. It drifts between a place where thoughts are soft, where time is wide. The moon climbs higher. Stars circle slowly. Constellations tilt in their old patterns. The sky writes its own story. The bird is part of it. Feather, bone, breath, all written on the same page as the stars. The bird lowers itself to the ground. The legs fold. The belly presses against soil. Dust lifts, then settles again. The wings relax. They no longer press so tight. They lie like blankets around the body. The head lowers. The eyes close halfway. Then fully, sleep spreads slowly. First in the legs, then in the chest, then in the neck, at last in the head. The bird is not gone. It is here, breathing, but the mind drifts. Dreams approach. They are soft. They carry no urgency around the bird. The plain continues. A frog calls once, then again, then silence. A bat moves in loops above the river. Its wings whisper through air. Grass bends with the breeze. The land hums with life. Yet all of it is calm. None of it disturbs the bird. The most boring, sleepy bird becomes even sleepier under the moon. Its breath slows. Its chest rises gently, falls gently. The sound is faint, but steady. Anyone who listens might begin to match their own breathing too. It, slowly, calmly, until rest arrives. The moonlight touches fossils near the river. Shells glimmer. Stones shine. Old tracks glow faintly. Past and present look the same under this light. The bird lies among them. Another mark in the long story. Another shadow in the endless night. In dreams, the bird walks again. Not across hot plains, but across cool paths of starlight. Each step falls on soft silver ground. The sky is near. The stars are close. They shine like lanterns hanging low. The bird moves with no effort. Breath is easy. Legs are light. The dream continues without end. The breeze grows cooler. Dew begins to form. Drops gather on grass, on stone, on feather. They shine under the moon. Tiny mirrors of the sky. The bird's feathers hold a few drops. They cling, then slide, then fall to soil. The bird does not wake. The chest rises. The chest falls. Far in the distance, the ridge lies black against the horizon. Bones sleep there. Fossils rest there. They too feel the moonlight. They too belong to the silence. The bird does not see them, yet it is connected. All creatures of the plain share the same night, share the same breath of the earth. The hours pass. Stars tilt further west. The moon climbs high, then begins to fall. Shadows shift. The land remains calm. The bird remains calm. Together they hold the same rhythm. The most boring, sleepy bird teaches without voice. It teaches by breathing, by resting, by lying still under the moon. The lesson is simple: to exist, too slow, to match the world. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is asked. The land listens. The grass leans. The river whispers. The stones hold their warmth a little longer. Everything bends to the rhythm. Everything accepts the night. The bird dreams again. It dreams of walking across seas now gone, of stepping across shells that glowed like stars, of hearing voices of wind that sounded like rivers. The dream does not rush. It flows, it wanders, it drifts. The moon is high. The bird is still. The chest rises. The chest falls. Breath after breath, minute after minute, the plain becomes a cradle. The sky becomes a roof. The moon becomes a lantern. The bird becomes sleep itself. And so the night continues. The stars shine. The moon glows. The river hums. The grass whispers. The bird rests, calm, silent, endless. The moon is high. The plain is silver. The most boring, sleepy bird lies still, its body heavy against the soil. Its chest moves with slow rhythm. The wings rest like blankets. The eyes are closed. Dreams begin to gather. Dreams arrive quietly. They do not rush. They do not knock. They drift in like mist. They wrap around the bird. They move through feathers. They slip into breath. The bird exhales. The dream deepens. First the plain is still here, but softer. The grass bends without wind. The soil glows faintly. Each stone has light inside it. The sky is wider. The stars are closer. The bird walks through this dream plain. Its steps make no sound. Its weight feels lighter. The claws leave no mark. It is as if the land accepts the steps without needing to record them. The bird blinks in the dream. Its eyes are clear, open, awake, inside sleep. The beak shines silver. The feathers shimmer faintly. The body moves without effort. It is as if the long walk of the day has vanished. Only calm remains, only drifting. The dream changes. The plain becomes water. Shallow seas stretch across the land. Waves move gently. They carry no storm. They roll soft. They whisper against one another. The bird walks into the water. Its legs sink slowly, but it does not resist. The water holds it, lifts it. The body floats, though the wings never open. In the water shells glow, bright as lanterns. Fish drift like stars. They move in slow circles. They do not hurry. They do not hide. They are dreamfish. They are made of calm. The bird lowers its beak. It touches the water. Ripples spread outward. The ripples shine like rings of silver, then fade. The dream shifts again. The sea drains away. The plain returns. But now it is filled with flowers. Endless flowers. Tall, soft, blue, white, gold. Their petals move, though no wind touches them. They move as if breathing. The bird walks through them. The flowers bend aside, then rise again after it passes. No petal is harmed. No stem is broken. The bird is part of them. They accept its walk. The flowers whisper. Their sound is like a chorus. low and sweet. The bird listens. The sound has no words, yet it feels like memory. Memory of places before birth. Memory of times that never were. The eyes close, even in the dream. The bird listens with its chest. With its breath, the sky above the dream plane glows with more than stars. Shapes move across it. Some look like birds. Some look like rivers. Some look like mountains that float. They drift slowly. Each shape glimmers, then changes, then fades. The bird tilts its head. It watches. It accepts. Dreams within dreams appear. A nest woven of branches. Twigs smelling of resin. Dust caught in feathers. The bird sees itself small again. Weak legs, thin neck, eyes closed tight. A sibling nearby. The memory is not sharp, but soft. It is a dream of youth, of beginnings. The bird watches. The bird breathes. The bird lets the memory drift. The dream shifts once more. Now the plain is a canyon. High walls on both sides, colored red and gold. Light falls from above like water. The ground echoes with each step. The bird walks slowly. The canyon hums. The hum matches its breath. The hum grows louder, then softer, then quiet. The canyon ends in open land. The sky stretches again. The bird does not wake. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. The breath remains calm. The dream continues. Time in dreams does not move like time outside. Hours can pass in a blink, or moments can stretch into endlessness. The bird feels no measure, only flow, only drift. One scene becomes another. One path becomes another. No beginning, no end. At times the dream is nothing but sky, a wide ceiling of blue without cloud. The bird floats in it, not flying, simply held. The body weightless, the wings folded, the eyes closed. Breath moves, sky accepts. At times the dream is forest, trees tall, branches reaching high. Leaves whisper in voices too old to name. The bird walks between them. Light falls in narrow beams. The air smells of moss, of water hidden in soil. The bird feels coolness. Calm spreads further. The dream holds it like shade. The most boring sleepy bird is never hurried. Even in dreams it takes no rush. It drifts from scene to scene with the same rhythm as breath. Slow, calm, certain. Its dreams are not made of fear, not made of chase. They are made of stillness. They are made of patience. The moon outside moves. The stars tilt. The night deepens. But the dream does not notice. The bird remains inside its own world, inside its own silence. In another dream, the bird finds water again, a river this time, long, wide, flowing. The surface shines silver. The bird steps in. The current moves around its legs. Fish glow beneath. Their bodies trail light like comets. The bird watches, then lowers its beak, touches water. The ripples become rings of light that stretch until the dream horizon. In another dream, the bird sees bones. They rest under starlight. They are not frightening. They are quiet. They lie as if asleep. The bird walks among them. It lowers its head. It bows without words. The bones shimmer faintly, then fade. Respect remains. Silence remains. The chest of the bird rises again. falls again. The feathers move with each breath. The moon touches them. The dew gathers on them. The bird sleeps deeper. The dream spreads wider. Now the plain becomes cloud. The bird walks across white softness. Each step sinks slightly, then lifts. The clouds glow under its weight. They stretch forever. No edge, no end. Above them stars burn clear. The bird is between sky and sky. The bird breathes. The bird drifts. The dream changes again. Now the bird is by a pool. Small, round. Still, the surface reflects the moon. The bird looks down. It sees its own face. The eyes are half closed. The beak is heavy. The reflection blinks. The bird blinks. Then ripples blur the image. The pool fades. Dream after dream comes. None hurry. Each stays long enough, then leaves. Each teaches nothing, yet everything. To walk, to breathe, to rest, that is enough. The most boring sleepy bird carries its patience into sleep, into dreams. It proves that rest is not absence. Rest is presence. Rest is history. Rest is story. The moon lowers in the real sky. Stars drift west. The plain grows cooler. The bird knows none of this. It rests. It breathes. It dreams without hurry. And so the night passes. And so the story continues. Breath after breath. Dream after dream. Until morning waits at the edge of the world. The night is deep. The moon is high. The most boring, sleepy bird lies in silence. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. The breath is steady. The plain around it is wide, yet it is not empty. Other lives rest here too. Other sleepers share the night. Beneath the grass, small insects fold their wings. They cling to stems, their bodies motionless, antennae still. The hum of day has ended. The plain is a choir of silence. One by one, the insects drift into rest. They breathe in ways too small to see. Yet each breath joins the night. A beetle lies under a stone, its shell dark, its legs tucked close. The air is cooler here. The stone holds shadows. The beetle does not move. It waits for dawn without thought, without dream, only rest. Farther along the soil, a line of ants is quiet. All day they marched. They carried food. They built paths. Now they pause. The line is broken. Each ant hides in its own chamber below earth. The nest is silent. The tunnels are still. The colony breathes as one. The night is their blanket. A moth rests on the side of a dry stem. Its wings close together. The pattern hides it. Moonlight touches it, but the moth does not stir. It is asleep in its own way. A fragile sleeper on a fragile perch. The breeze bends the stem. The moth holds steady. Even in rest, it clings. In the reeds by the river, frogs have ended their songs. Some float, half submerged, eyes closed, bodies drifting with the current. Others cling to wet banks, their legs folded beneath them. Their throats no longer pulse. They too are part of the great sleep of the plain. Fish beneath the water move slower. They do not chase. They do not rise. They circle gently, as if the river itself rocks them. The scales glimmer when the moon strikes, then fade back to shadow. They live in a dream that needs no eye to see. On a distant ridge, small mammals curl into burrows, their bodies pressed close, fur against fur. They share warmth, they share breath, they share silence. Above them, the stones keep watch. The burrows are still. The earth is a roof. Owls rest too. Some sit silent on branches, their eyes half closed, their heads tilted, their wings folded. They do not hunt, not yet. They wait in stillness. Their talons grip bark. They look like carved figures set against the night. Others hide deeper in trees, hidden from sight, hidden in calm. The plain is full of sleepers, some large, some small, some in water, some in air. Each has found a place. Each has let the night take them. The most boring, sleepy bird is among them. Not alone, part of the same choir. Its breath is one instrument. The beetle's stillness another. The frog's pause another. Together they create a lullaby. Not written, not sung, only lived. Even the plants sleep. Leaves fold inward. Petals close. Roots slow their drinking. The grass bends with less effort. The shrubs no longer fight the heat. They breathe softer. They save strength for day. Above, the sky itself rests. Clouds drift slower. Stars blink gently. The moon shines without strain. The universe moves, yet it feels calm. Even the sky is part of this rest. The bird lies with eyes closed. It does not need to see. It feels the others. It feels the plain holding its breath. The silence is not emptiness. It is full of life that has chosen to be still. This is the language of night. In dreams, the bird sees them. The beetle under the stone. The ants below soil. The frogs in water. The fish in shadow. The mammals in burrows. The owls on branches. All resting. All still. The dream shows them as one. A circle of sleep across the land. The night deepens further. The air cools more. Dew forms heavier. Drops gather on feathers. On leaves, on shells. On stones, the world shines as if dusted with silver. Yet none wake. They all continue. Breath after breath, slow, calm. The plain becomes a cradle. The river hums a lullaby. The grass rocks in rhythm. The insects sigh. The frogs drift. The fish float. The owls bow their heads. The mammals curl tighter, and in the center the bird rests. Steady, silent, endless. The most boring, sleepy bird does not know it leads this choir, but it does. Its patience sets the tone. Its stillness shapes the rhythm. Its breath marks the time. Every other sleeper joins, without plan, without order, only because night asks. Only because rest is the oldest law. Morning will come. The insects will stir. The beetle will crawl. The ant will march. The frogs will call. The fish will rise. The mammals will run. The owls will hunt. But not now. Now is for sleep. Now is for calm. The night belongs to other sleepers too. The bird is not alone. The plain is not empty. Every corner holds rest. Every shape holds silence. Every breath holds patience. Together they weave a story of sleep, a story without hurry. The night is calm. The most boring, sleepy bird breathes slowly. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. Around it, the plain holds many things. Not only grass, not only stones. It holds the remains of time. It holds the marks of what came before. The land is a library, and the bird is a quiet reader. Beneath the moon bones lie scattered, some large, some small, a rib curved like a branch, a jaw half buried in soil, a tooth shining faintly in dust. These bones are not frightening. They are quiet. They are still. They are part of the plain now. The bird steps near them. Its claws press into soil beside the rib. The head lowers. The eye blinks. It does nothing more. This is respect. The land is full of such places. Spots where old lives ended. Spots where the earth gathered what was left. The bird does not disturb them. It does not scatter the bones. It does not test them with its beak. It only stands. It only looks. Then it moves on. The silence grows deeper for a moment, as if the bones themselves have spoken, as if the bird has answered. Fossils lie along the ridge, shells pressed into stone, prints frozen in rock, a feather shape etched forever in clay. The bird has passed here before. It will pass again. Each time it pauses, each time it lowers its head. The act is simple, but full of meaning. To pause is to honor. To look is to remember. To breathe near them is to join them. The plain remembers everything. Floods that covered valleys, storms that bent trees, herds that crossed rivers, flights of birds that once filled the sky. The sleepy bird is part of that memory, but it also carries respect for what came first. Its pace is slow, not only because it is tired, not only because it is calm, but because it knows the ground is sacred. Every step is careful. Every step is an agreement. Sometimes a skull rests in shadow, empty sockets filled with moonlight. The bird stands before it. The breath moves slower, the eyes half close. The skull is not a warning, it is a teacher. It tells of a life lived. It tells of a time ended. The bird listens, not with ears, with silence. Even small fragments hold weight. A claw turned to stone, a scale hardened in clay, a broken feather pressed flat by earth. None are ignored. Each is a letter in the long story. The bird reads them as it walks. The bird answers with stillness. This is its respect. The river carries bones too. Sometimes the current reveals them. Sometimes the mud hides them again. A vertebra round as a wheel, a fin shape carved into silt. When the bird drinks from the river, it stands near these shapes. Its shadow falls across them. Water moves around both shadow and bone. They share the same silence. The most boring sleepy bird is boring only because it refuses to rush. In truth, it carries dignity. Its slow walk is respect for the land. Its long pauses are respect for the past. Its breath itself is respect for time. It never mocks. It never wastes. It simply joins. Other creatures move faster. They hurry. They chase. They forget the ground beneath them. But this bird remembers, always remembers. Its feet press gently. Its body waits often. Its head lowers slowly. These are gestures of honor. These are the rituals of patience. The plain accepts this. The grass bends without fear when the bird passes. The stones shift without protest. Even the bones seem to rest easier in its presence, as if they know they are not ignored. as if they know they are seen. The sky is wide, stars shine above. They too are part of history. They too are old. The bird blinks at them, then closes its eyes. Respect is not only for the ground, it is for the sky. It is for water. It is for silence itself. In dreams, the bird remembers more. It walks across valleys where bones rise like monuments. Skulls stand like towers, ribs like bridges. Each dream step is gentle. Each dream breath is steady. The bird bows often. It circles quietly. The dream is not fearful. It is reverent. The respect is endless. It is in how the bird drinks. Slowly, calmly, leaving ripples that fade without rush. It is in how the bird feeds. Rarely, carefully, never more than needed. It is in how the bird rests, pressed close to earth as if returning to it. The plain itself responds. Winds soften around the bird. Clouds part more gently. The river hums lower. All as if the land knows. All as if the land answers. The bones remain. The fossils remain. The soil holds them. The bird continues. Always quiet. Always slow. Always with respect. The most boring sleepy bird is more than a sleeper. It is a guardian of memory, not by guarding with strength, but by guarding with patience, by never forgetting that every step is taken on history. Every breath is taken beside ancestors. Every pause is a bow. Morning will come. The bird will move again. The bones will stay. The fossils will stay. But the respect will remain, written in silence, written in stillness, written in the calm of night. And so the plain rests. The bird rests. The bones rest. The stars shine. The river hums. All together in one breath. All together in one story. The plain is dark. The moon is lower now. Stars turn slowly across the sky. The most boring sleepy bird lies still. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. Each breath is long. Each breath is heavy. Around it the land is quiet, yet not silent. The river speaks. The river whispers. Water moves with patience. It slides around stones. It curls against the banks. It breaks into ripples that shine like glass under the moon. The sound is soft. It is not the rush of flood. It is not the roar of storm. It is the murmur of time. The bird hears it, not with alertness, but with calm. The sound folds into its sleep. The sound becomes part of its dream. The river has many voices, some high, some low. A drop falls from a leaf and strikes the surface. A circle spreads outward. That is one voice. A pebble shifts in the current. It rolls once, then rests again. That is another voice. Reeds bend with the flow. They scrape gently against each other. That too is a voice. Together they make a song. The plain listens. The bird listens. The bird dreams of the river. In its dream, the water glows silver. Each ripple is a line of light. Each current a path. The bird steps into it. The legs sink. The claws touch stones. The body feels lighter. The wings remain folded. Yet the bird floats. It drifts. The current carries it. Not fast, not slow. Perfectly balanced. The dream river widens. It becomes a mirror. The sky rests on it. Stars float across it. The moon glides down the middle. The bird sees itself in the reflection. The eyes half closed, the beak heavy, the chest moving. The reflection blinks when the bird blinks. It breathes when the bird breathes. The river is not water. The river is a second sky, a sky that whispers. Outside the dream, the real river continues. Fish turn in its depth. Their bodies disturb the surface. Circles appear, then vanish. Frogs cling to reeds. They do not sing, they sleep. Their bodies rise with ripples, then sink again. The water holds them. The water cradles them. The bird shifts slightly in its rest. One wing moves a little. A feather loosens. It falls. It lands near the bank. The current touches it. The feather drifts. It floats slowly downstream. It turns once, then twice, then slides away into dark. The river accepts it. The river adds it to the story. The plain is old. The river is older. It has carved valleys. It has fed grasses. It has kept secrets. The bones of creatures rest in its banks. The fossils of fish lie in its stone. The sleepy bird rests near it. Breath beside breath. History beside history. In dreams the bird walks along endless water. Each step matches the sound. Step, ripple, step, ripple. The rhythm is steady. The rhythm is sleep. Sometimes it drinks. Sometimes it only listens. The taste of dream water is cool. It is sweet. It carries no hunger. It carries only calm. The most boring sleepy bird is not alone in listening. The grass leans toward the river. The soil drinks from it. The insects rest near it. All are part of the same song. The night air moves with the melody. The stars shimmer in time. The moon brightens and fades with it. The river whispers stories of long ago, of rains that filled valleys, of floods that spread across plains, of fish that swam where now there is only dust. The bird does not need to understand. It only listens. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. The whispers become lullabies. The water touches stones. Each stone speaks. Smooth stones whisper of years of polishing. Sharp stones whisper of sudden breaks. Together they create balance. Soft with sharp, long with short, calm with pause. The bird dreams of following the river to its source. It climbs hills. It finds springs bubbling from rocks. It drinks deeply. The water is pure. The dream stretches further. The river continues. It flows into seas, seas wide as horizons, seas where light never ends. The bird walks along them, breath steady, steps steady, all without hurry. Outside the dream, the river continues its endless work. It carries dust. It carries leaves. It carries silence. No one tells it to stop. No one tells it to go. It simply moves. It simply whispers. The bird remains at rest. The plain remains at rest. The river becomes the heart of the night. Its voice joins with the breath of the bird. Together they create a harmony that pulls even deeper into sleep. As hours pass, the moon lowers. Shadows lengthen. Stars tilt west. The river does not change. It continues, whisper after whisper, breath after breath. Time folds into it. Dreams fold into it. The bird breathes slower. The eyes stay closed. The wings stay folded. The body lies heavy against earth. The plain listens. The sky listens. The river speaks. The most boring sleepy bird will wake again when the sun returns. But for now, it belongs to water. It belongs to whispers. It belongs to night, and so the story continues. The chest rises. The chest falls. The river whispers. The bird sleeps. The plain dreams. Together they move through silence. Together they drift without hurry. The night is long. The plain has rested. The river has whispered. The stars have crossed the sky. Now the edge of the horizon begins to change. A faint glow appears. Thin at first, pale and silver. The glow widens. The glow brightens. Dawn is coming. The most boring, sleepy bird lies close to earth. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. Breath after breath. The eyes remain closed. The feathers are damp with dew. Drops cling to them. They shine faintly, then slide away. The bird does not stir. It continues to rest. The eastern sky grows softer. Black turns to blue. Blue turns to grey. Then the first thread of gold appears. Thin, gentle. The land accepts it without sound. The grass takes the light. The stones catch it. The river glimmers faintly. The plain begins to wake. Small insects stir first. Antennae twitch. Wings shift. They move slowly, carefully. The air is still cool. They rise into short flights, then settle again. Their voices hum lightly. The hum spreads. The night choir changes to morning choir. Birds in trees call softly. Owls return to hollows. Small shapes with folded wings disappear into shadows. Other birds stretch. They lift their heads. They open their beaks. A few short notes scatter into air. Not sharp, not loud. Gentle notes. The plain listens. The sleepy bird remains still. Its body heavy. Its breath steady. The light moves across its feathers. Bronze turns to gold. Shadows slide away. The wings glisten. The beak shines faintly. The bird blinks once, slowly, then closes its eyes again. Dawn does not ask for haste. Dawn waits. The sun climbs higher. The glow becomes beam. Beams stretch across the horizon. They touch the grass. They touch the river. They touch the bones that rest on ridges. They touch the shells hidden in dust. Everything glows. The plain is painted new. The sleepy bird shifts now. The legs move beneath the body. The chest lifts. The wings tighten closer. The head rises. The eyes open halfway, blinking against the light. The first act of waking is slow, as if each movement is a thought, as if the body tests the day one step at a time. It stands. The claws press into soil. The prints are fresh. The earth receives them. The neck stretches. The beak points forward. The bird breathes deeply. The chest expands, then exhales long and steady. The morning air is cool. It carries scents of wet grass, of fresh soil, of river mist. The bird accepts them. It closes its eyes again for a moment, as if to taste the air more fully. Other creatures emerge. A fox steps from brush. It lifts its nose. It smells the dawn. Then it moves away. A rabbit rises from a hole. It shakes dust from its fur. then hops softly through grass. A herd of deer-like animals appears far off, their bodies outlined in golden light. They walk slowly, too, as if they know the world is fragile in morning. The bird watches them, but without chase, without hunger, only watching, the eyes half closed, the beak still, the body calm. The sun climbs further, shadows grow shorter, the cool fades, warmth spreads again. The bird takes its first steps, one, then another. The legs move heavy at first, then steady. The rhythm returns, step, breath, step, breath. It begins its walk into day. The plain welcomes it. Grass bends under its claws. Dust shifts beneath its feet. Stones catch light and gleam beside it. Fossils shine faintly. Old shells seem alive once more. The bird walks through history with each step. The most boring, sleepy bird shows the meaning of dawn without rush. It does not leap. It does not run. It does not cry out. It simply rises. It simply walks. The story of waking is the story of patience. The river reflects the sky. The surface glitters. Fish move beneath it. Their scales shimmer like coins. Frogs crawl from reeds. They stretch legs. They blink eyes. They breathe deeply. The river hums again, louder than night, softer than day. Between both, the bird lowers its head. It drinks, water cool against tongue. Water smooth down throat. The chest rises, falls, then rises again. Drops fall from the beak. Rings form on the surface, then fade. The bird lifts its head. The sun is higher now. Time moves gently. The bird takes no notice. Its steps are steady. Its breath is steady. The plain changes around it. Shadows shift. Colors deepen. Air warms. Yet the bird remains the same. Calm, slow. Certain dot, it passes old bones. They shine brighter in the sun. The bird lowers its head again. Respect without words. A bow without motion. Then it continues. Insects rise higher. Their hum grows louder. Small birds fly overhead. Their wings flash in light. The sleepy bird does not look up. Its eyes remain half closed. Its gaze is near. Its world is near. The ground, the soil, the grass, the breath. The sun lifts more. The day begins in full. But to the bird there is no difference between night and day. Both are part of the same story. Both are long. Both are slow. The most boring, sleepy bird continues. Dawn has passed. Morning has begun. Yet nothing is rushed. Nothing is loud. Everything is calm. The bird is calm. The land is calm. Together they create the lesson of dawn without rush. The story of this morning is written in small things, in dew that dries, in shadows that fade, in eyes that open, in breaths that deepen, in steps that begin again. None of it fast, all of it patient. The sun climbs higher still. The plain is bright. The bird walks onward. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. Its shadow stretches forward. The story continues, without hurry, without noise, without end. The plain stretches without end. The horizon is wide. The sky is open. The land has no walls, no doors, no edges. In this place, time feels different. time feels slower, the most boring, sleepy bird walks through it. Step by step, breath by breath, always steady, always calm. The bird is large. The bird is old. Its feathers are faded. Its beak is heavy. Its legs are strong. Each step leaves a print. Each print is deep. The ground remembers them. The wind will erase them. But the story remains. The story is written in silence. Morning becomes day. Day becomes evening. Evening becomes night. The cycle repeats. The bird continues. It does not rush. It does not stop. It simply moves forward. Its chest rises. Its chest falls. Its breath joins the rhythm of the plain. Bones rest along ridges. Fossils lie in stone. Shells hide in soil. The bird passes them all. It lowers its head. It blinks slowly. It shows respect. It accepts their presence. It continues. Each step is a bow. Each breath is a prayer. The river flows beside it. The water hums. It whispers stories of rain. It whispers stories of floods. It whispers stories of fish that once filled the current. The bird drinks. The ripples spread, then fade. The bird lifts its head. The river continues. Both are endless. The sky changes above. Clouds drift. Stars return. The moon rises, then sets. The sun climbs, then falls. The bird does not mind. The bird does not count. It belongs to both night and day. It belongs to both shadow and light. The plain is ancient. The bird is ancient. Together they hold patience. Together they hold silence. No need for noise. No need for rush. Dreams meet reality here. When the bird sleeps, it dreams of walking. When it wakes, it continues walking. There is no border between them. One step in dream, one step in day. Both the same, both calm, both certain. The most boring, sleepy bird shows that stories do not need haste. A story can be a breath. A story can be a pause. A story can be a print in dust. A story can be silence that lasts an entire night. The land listens. The stones listen. The river listens. The sky listens. Even the bones listen. And the bird speaks without voice. It speaks with stillness. It speaks with patience. It speaks with breath. The bird rests when it must. It lowers itself to the soil. It folds its legs. It presses its belly to earth. It closes its eyes. It exhales. The world exhales with it. Hours pass, then it rises again. The cycle repeats. Rest, walk. Rest, walk. Without end. The story is not about where it goes. The story is not about what it finds. The story is about how it moves. The story is about how it rests. The story is about how it accepts time. Without hurry, without demand, the bird belongs to history. Yet it also belongs to now. It carries both past and present. It shows both to the plain, to the river, to the sky. When morning comes again, the bird does not change. It breathes. It steps. It listens. When night comes, it does the same. Breath, step, listen. The endless story is simple, but full. The most boring, sleepy bird is not boring. It is steady. It is calm. It is the voice of patience made into feather and bone. Its lesson is quiet. Its lesson is endless. too slow to rest, to breathe. The horizon holds no finish. The plain holds no wall. The sky holds no door. The bird continues. It is part of the endless road, part of the endless song. Close your eyes as it walks. Match your breath to its breath. Slow, calm, steady. Let the prince guide you. Let the silence hold you. Let the endless story carry you. The bird will continue even as you sleep. It will walk across dreams. It will walk across memory. It will walk across time. You do not need to follow. You only need to rest. The plain becomes softer in thought. The sky becomes dimmer in thought. The bird fades. The bird drifts. Yet the story continues. It always continues. The chest rises. The chest falls. The breath repeats. The prints press into soil. The river whispers. The stars turn. The moon glows. The sun returns. And the bird continues. The endless story is not about end. It is about peace. It is about calm. It is about sleep. The most boring sleepy bird has no finish. It will always breathe. It will always step. It will always rest. And now the story is yours. To hear, to feel, to follow into sleep. Close your eyes. Let the breath slow. Let the plain hold you. Let the endless story carry you.